When I saw the announcement for the Analogue 3D, I thought, come on, no way. I mean, recreating in hardware the original NES, the Super Nintendo, yeah, I can kind of believe that. I mean, those are cheap 2D systems, but a 3D gaming system like the Nintendo 64, that's gotta be impossible. Well, guess what? It's not. Here it is, a brand new recreation of the Nintendo 64 with modern conveniences like 4K output over HDMI, along with sophisticating filters and upscaling that claim to make your old games look the best they ever have, maybe even better than the original hardware. Also back here, we have an SD card storage slot. That'll hold our software, 2 USB-A ports, as well as a USB-C port for power in. Moving around to the front. Oh yes, my friends, full support for original Nintendo 64 controllers or little brother clones, as well as built-in support for Bluetooth controllers like this one from 8BitDo that we're gonna be checking out alongside it. That does not really look like an N64 controller, but it is designed to work best with N64 games while adopting a more modern ergonomic design. So you've got that same, what do they call it? Just the notches in your joystick, but now it's Hall effect, so it won't just turn into a sloppy, flaccid, what? That's the best way to describe the N64 stick. You also got your A, B buttons along with your C buttons, and then, okay, I'm gonna have to figure this out later. There's only one trigger on the original N64 controller. It's called Z, but now there's 2 Zs. So maybe you can just decide if you wanna press it with your right or your left. All right, we'll check that out more later. First, what's in the box? What? I'm so confused. See, I thought it was illegal to include power adapters and power cables. Why is nobody else doing it? No, I'm just kidding. I understand why they're doing it. To save money. Not your money, their money. Anything else in here? Oh, there is. There's a secret thing. What? I really thought that said something else. That just, yeah, okay. FPGA. Now's a perfect opportunity to talk about what an FPGA is. Unlike the processor in your computer right now, which has all its functionality baked in at the factory, a field programmable gate array is kind of like a CPU or a GPU or an anything PU that can be programmed after the fact. The advantage of this approach is, of course, the flexibility. You can use an FPGA in anything from a retro gaming device to a medical device to a video editing accelerator. Anything that might not be able to sell in the kind of volume that you would need to have in order to justify the upfront cost of developing an ASIC. But the drawback is that the price to performance of them is a lot lower. This is a 20 nanometer chip when, the latest processors are what, 4 nanometers? And it has a whopping 220,000 programmable elements. That is a fraction of the number of transistors you would find in a pre-baked ASIC. And it's not cheap. The Analogue 3D started at $250 and has already gone up a little bit. But hey, look at this. It includes a pair of lungs. In all seriousness, don't blow on your cartridges. Realistically though, for the folks who are into this stuff, I don't think another $20 is going to deter them, and I don't even blame Analogue for charging a little bit more. FPGAs are expensive, and the development of the system was also expensive. Unlike software emulation, which can be plagued with glitches and incompatibilities, even today, even for older systems like the Nintendo 64, this is a full hardware recreation of the original hardware with features added, like the aforementioned 4K output. I wanna see it go. Oh, right, I haven't finished showing the interface. We've got a reset button on the top and a power button on the top, and then a non-slidey bottom. And yep, that's about it. One issue with this console that has been raised by some folks is that it can be a bit of a fingerprint magnet. Oh, don't touch it then. You're supposed to be gaming with your controller, not the device itself. How do you game? I don't know. To me, I don't think that's a major issue. All right, should we get this display out?
Segue to our sponsor?
Oh, not until we segue to our sponsor, Vessi. November brings 2 things, rainy days and Black Friday sales. Well, Vessi, they rarely have sales, so now's the perfect time to grab a pair of stylish shoes and a matching jacket. They claim their products are 100% waterproof, so you don't have to sacrifice style for those rainy early morning gift runs. Speaking of gifts, Vessi shoes and apparel make a perfect present, so don't let your loved ones be befuddled by puddles. Hurry to the link in the description to get 25% off site-wide and select styles up to 55% off. That's at vessi.com. Is this included in the package?
No, it's another 40 bucks.
Another 40 bucks, so you're at 310 by the time you pick up this 8BitDo controller and the Analogue 3D. And of course, unless you already have a game collection, you're gonna need one of those because while some flash carts, that is to say piracy cartridges, do work, some don't, so your mileage may vary on that. Now I'm a little confused because I have not actually activated the power button, and it is in fact quite on. So
it is on.
Oh, it's a momentary switch. I just turned it off. One moment, please. Hey, why don't I plug in my controller in the meantime? I'm gonna start with an OG controller, and we'll try this later. The N64 is kind of a weird one for me because it's part of my childhood, but not because I owned one. I had a Super Nintendo and no way that I was gonna get another Nintendo when I already had Nintendo at home. So I only ever played on my friend's N64. So most of my memories of the system are just getting my ass kicked by the guy who owns the system when I don't own one. Anywho, multiplayer as it was meant to be. That's such a core part of why anyone would want this because the N64 was one of, if not arguably, the greatest multiplayer consoles. What is it, something like 70% of all N64 games were multiplayer?
It's not hard when there's only 400 games.
Whoa, damn! All right, in-game menu, what do we got? And library, jump to inserted cartridge, B. Okay, sure, I can do that. All right, hell yeah. That's my library, baby. All right, ooh, configure. Whoa, let's go. I think I'm gonna stick on auto for the very first experience, but there is some cool stuff to talk about in here. You can force original hardware, which will let it run the way that it did, meaning that there are games that are gonna lag and stutter, or there's actually an auto overclocking built in that will allow original games to run even smoother than they would have on the original hardware. That's pretty sick. I'm not enough of a retro emulation nerd to know exactly what all of this stuff is. Scan lines, obviously, are the scan lines that make old school consoles look, like they used to look instead of unnaturally clean like they do on modern displays. I'm kind of tempted to just go consumer CRT in terms of the mode, but I said that I would do the default. So the default was BVM. What the hell's BVM? Am I supposed to know what that is? Oh, broadcast monitor. Okay, so like a super high-end CRT is what we're sort of aiming to emulate here. Oh dude, it actually does look very CRT-like. That's cool. Even with the fringing. Love that. Always Yoshi, it was always a race for who could press down fastest. Time has not been kind to this joystick. Both this specific one and just in general. See, the fact that the CPU players do not have to contend with the disadvantage of their character choice is so unfair. So they could just be Bowser, and if Bowser is RNG'd to be like, your rival that does really good the whole time, then he's just fast and heavy. So dumb. Okay, yep, the drifting is not the same as Mario Kart DS. Oh my God, whenever that, I'm taken all the way back to like childhood rage right now. I wanna try this controller. That's the first thing I wanna do. Oh, okay, that was easy. There's a button right there. Look at that, easy peasy. Well, I mean, maybe. Let's see how this goes. Painless, completely painless. Okay, here we go. Ooh. Let's try an analog stick that doesn't feel like it's as old as me. I guess it's probably the Smash crowd that likes the authenticity of those flats in the joystick. For someone who's more into like, how finely can I control this? I can't say that that's my preference, because I am all over the place, and I can only mostly blame my skills. Oh man, that's very sensitive. It is nice to not have like a giant floppy dead zone though. Oi! This is embarrassing. Just cut all of this out. Why don't we try a couple other display modes? That's the problem. I needed to be in consumer CRT mode. Yeah, this is gonna fix all my problems. Get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of my way. Oh yeah, no, this is definitely right though. It looks like the right kind of crappy. Oh, come on, what was that? Oh, that's nice, so you get a dedicated button for bringing up the menu on this controller, that's pretty sick. Okay, display mode. Okay, let's try clean. Just to show you guys what it's not supposed to look like. That looks so bad.
Why the vehicles look really bad.
Oh yeah. This is, like, look, oh, stop it. Wow, that really is like super ass. Scan lines are okay, but I'd say the default was probably right. BVM, looks good. Looks really good. What's really wild is this isn't even the best case scenario for the scaler. This is a 1440p display, so we'll switch over to the 4K TV behind me in a moment. I just wanted to see what it would look like on just, you know, my monitor. I've been told GoldenEye really doesn't hold up that well. I don't know if I believe it. Did I just work the game out? Nice. Oh, that's cool, so you can just have like different configurations for all your games. Oh, I like that. Adds it to your nice little library. They apparently redid their OS for this. What's it called, 3D OS now? Cool.
Wait. Here, my controller. I'll play from here.
All right, let's go. Let's go. Man, I cannot remember how to play this. You can't hit me, you can't hit this. You can't hit this. You can't hit this. I mean, it looks about as good as it can probably look.
All right, you want to switch to the last game on the TV?
Yeah, let's try another game.
Oh nice, it's running in HDR, which is actually needed if you want the most CRT-like experience, because anywhere on a CRT where there wasn't an image, it was off. So in a dark room, CRTs actually provide better contrast than an LCD. Zoom, hello? Oh, clean pins with the white side. Okay, here we go. Oh, what? Well, that explains why it wasn't working. Wow, gross. Grody, brother. Oh my God, that looks so ass. Adding the scan lines fixes it so much. Okay, let's go with BVM. Okay, start. Okay, well, I have no idea how to do this. So, okay, I'm in the front, and I guess I just oh wow, that's unfortunate.
I don't think my controller works. I am hugging a wall.
I thought you said you owned this game.
Yeah,
My controller doesn't work.
You know, I'm the one on the top, right?
I got the little brother controller.
You did not. You have the same controller I do.
It ain't working.
Is it a range issue?
I don't know. I'm not far away from it.
Oh, I tried to do a backflip. It did not work. Oh, wow.
Oh wow, that's
That looks horrible.
Yeah, that's something.
Not gonna lie, that looks god awful. So far then, very cool. Maybe even swell. But this is far from the only way to enjoy your old games on your new TV, and we also have an original N64 hooked up through a Retrotink. Can we at least just try this one game? We'll give you one more shot at racing me.
Let's go.
In this game on the Retrotink. Oh, wait! Before we do that, now's as good a time as any to talk about the physical differences. Analogue 3D, smaller, sleeker.
Never seen this Linus.
Oh no.
Well, now you broke, and you want me to fix it?
Oh, right, we didn't mention that it's completely region unlocked. I think we just accidentally realized that we cannot play this game because it's a different region cartridge in this N64. Here, so you can see the region lock. That's so lame. And then you can see the little block in there. Nintendo, why are you like this? Why were you always like this, and why are you still like this? All right, Diddy Kong Racing, this is our tiebreaker. Once again, we're gonna have to kind of play around with our filtering and upscaling.
Right now, this looks bad.
Yeah, give me a sec.
It's like watching a VHS tape.
HDR on.
Whoa, that is punchy.
Definite advantage to the Analogue 3D is it's a little less onerous. I haven't touched this thing in like a long time. I don't remember how to set this thing up well enough. Kind of look bad.
Bro, N64 has one of the worst outputs of any console ever.
Okay.
I thought you were here to help him.
No, they put a softening filter on everything to minimize the aliasing, but it makes it really crappy.
Right.
That's
okay.
why the analog one's pretty cool.
Right. Retrotink is also FPGA powered and very expensive. And if you really want the most out of that, you're going to need a modded N64 that doesn't have the stock output. So I guess, you know, whatever. This is probably about as good as this is gonna get. Let's play Diddy Kong Racing. It's pretty bad. I don't know what I was expecting. I think I was expecting this to be a little closer. But yeah, composite output. It's awful. It was always awful. How did this even qualify as fun?
Bro, frame rate is just a state of mind.
I can't even tell where I'm supposed to be going. Wrong way, okay.
I think I'm gonna win.
Oh, I think you're gonna win, all right. I'm literally still going the wrong way. This is amazing. Where the hell am I supposed to be going?
Onto a wall.
You know what, I blame the system. I was a lot less sold until I saw the stock output of an N64 for the first time in a while. I don't know that there's a ton of N64 games that I would feel the need to spend this kind of money in order to re-experience in the best way that I could. And with software emulation being as good as it is these days, if I don't care about that extra little bit more perfection, that would probably be good enough for me. But there's no denying for the folks that are after that, it's pretty compelling.
That is so much better.
Night and freaking day. I'm not going easy on you this time though.
His dead silence means he knows he's serious.
Yeah, this is great watching.
Get out of here. No! No!
Oh shit.
We stay winning.
Did not finish. It doesn't even let me finish. So this looks a lot better, but it is worth noting that we could get a way better output out of an original N64 with the right cables if we modded the console, if we put the work into it. But this was no work. And that was a markedly better gaming experience. The question is just, is it worth it to you? Or are you willing to settle for the compromises of emulation or running the original hardware? I can see why a lot of people are into it. The only weird one for me is just that I don't know that there's a ton of games for the N64 that I feel hold up so well that I would need to spend this kind of money on a console that's dedicated to playing them. But your mileage may vary. Subscribe to ShortCircuit.